posted on the corner. I'm posted on the corner.
Incognito.
And DJ Mrs.
DJ Mrs. I was looking at her resume. That thing longer than a CVS receipt.
Child, I'm telling you.
Hey, champion,
Uh-huh.
owner,
Mm-hmm.
investor.
And now she got her own documentary on Roku TV.
Renee Montgomery.
Let's go. Hello, family. Hello, family. How y'all
How you
doing?
feeling?
I'm feeling good. The vibes is right in here.
Okay.
I know y'all listening, but y'all got to realize what y'all listening to, the vibes is the same.
Come on now.
Period. I love that. So how are you doing mentally? You've been on this road running documentary. A Radical Act has dropped on Roku channel.
Congratulations.
Period.
Thank you.
How are you doing mentally?
Man, that's a great question. Mentally, I'm feeling good. I just feel like being busy is a blessing. It's like I could be at home hoping that somebody was wanting to talk to me or hoping that somebody was wanting to do something. So, and also athlete life, we kind of stay on the go. So when I transitioned from being like an athlete to owner exec, it was like, oh, I'm kind of chilling right now. I'm kind of chilling. So it's not bad. I'm feeling good. But thank you for asking. You good?
I'm good.
All right, cool.
Blessed.
I like
We were
that.
just talking about just trying to make it through, sister.
For sure. Renee Montgomery is here. Take me back to before a game. What is that like? What are you listening to? What does it take?
Oh, before the game, so I'm a little bit different. Before the games, I like to go slow jams, okay? Yeah,
come on
slow
now.
jams, keep it cool, keep it chill, because when we run out, that's when I turn up. So you can't be turned up starting at 5 o'clock and the game's at 7. That's a long amount of energy, so I like to like from 5 till game time, and then when we run out for game time, it's go time. So, yeah, I would say I like Russ.
Yeah.
Russ is a vibe.
Rush is a vibe.
I already told y'all Beyonce. Come on
Yes.
now, that's a given. I just like to keep it chill, keep it calm.
Yeah.
I say her name wrong all the time, but charge it to my head, not my heart. Janine Aiko.
Janae Aiko.
Yeah. We know who you talking about, though.
Y'all know who
We
I
know
love
who you
her
talking
though.
about,
Okay, so yes, I'm slow jam, slow vibes.
Yep.
That's what's up. So growing up in West Virginia, hooping, also dealing with racism, how do you feel like that built you up for who you are today?
Yeah, man. I just think that it makes you have to stay locked in, because in West Virginia, I had to make sure that I didn't listen to what people were saying about me, because you could accidentally believe what people might be saying about you, and then you start to be what they think you are. So in West Virginia, I just was locked in. They would tell me I'm too small, and I'd be like, okay, cool. When we told them that we wanted to go D1, they was like, yeah, right. And so it was just like different things. My Snook, it's in the documentary, but my Snook talks about like, she was like, hey, we want to announce that she's going to sign to UConn, and we couldn't announce it anywhere because nobody believed it. So it was kind of wild. It's a wild turn of events. Yeah, it's a wild turn of events. They didn't see it for me. And so for whatever reason, it didn't matter though, because it was just like, just stay locked in.
Wow.
And you became a champion off being locked in. You don't believe me? I'm a champion. Can you believe me now? Goodness gracious. So this is executive produced by LeBron James.
Yes, sir.
How did this come about? Like, what is that relationship
LeBron
like?
James. Nah, man. So LeBron, when everything was going on with the Atlanta Dream in our previous ownership, LeBron sent out a tweet that was basically like, I'm trying to put an ownership group together to buy the Atlanta Dream, because a lot of people saw what was going on and didn't like what was going on with our team. And so I sent the tweet back and I said, what up? I'm trying to, I'm ready when you are. So trying to tell him, like, if you trying to do this, I'm trying to do this too. And so he really was the one that got the ball rolling, that made people take it serious, because first of all, you can't be a player and owner. So I had to take a leap of faith and retire. That was tough because, as y'all know, my blood, sweat, and tears of
Going
my
to
whole
the
life.
game.
Yeah. So I'm married to the game. And it's like, so am I really about to opt out and retire on a hope, on a dream? I don't know if it's going to really happen. But yeah, he got the ball rolling, connected to the commissioner, and then the rest was history. Now we making a documentary about it. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Let's get into hooping and politics.
Okay.
How have you managed to integrate the two? Because I even remember when Brian made a statement some years ago, that lady got online and said, "Shut up and dribble."
Boom. She started a movement.
Right. So how did you incorporate all of that into your career?
Yeah, it's like it was never part of the plan, if I'm being honest. It was like I was literally living my hoop dreams every year, had the same dream. Let's get a championship and rock out, you know? And then 2020 hit and everything intersected. I mean, it was all sports. It wasn't even just our Atlanta Dream Team, which had a loud story, but we saw the NBA putting on shirts. And if we even rewind to 2016, I played for the Minnesota Lynx. And in 2016, we had shirts that said, "Change starts with us."
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, we were talking about Philando Castile that had recently been murdered. Mm-hmm. And the police department walked out on our game. We had no security at the game because they didn't like what we were saying.
Wow.
We got fined by the WNBA for wearing those shirts because they said you got to wear team-issued apparel only, and this is not team-issued. This is before Colin Kaepernick even took a knee.
Right.
So this was 2016, and it's crazy to see that now, fast forward to now, that the NFL got stuff on their helmets in the end zones.
Mm-hmm.
They got shirts now that say things because that was a quick turnaround for such a long journey. So I'd like to say that I'm just hopping into it, but when I really think back to it, it's like, dang, I've been intersecting this for a while.
Right.
But I just think that when you're in a city and you know the impact that sports has, and you see something that's some wild stuff out here, which we all see, and it's like, would somebody come look at this? That's kind of how I feel when it's like, y'all can't be serious.
Like, hello, can somebody pick up the phone, please?
Yes, like what's really going on?
Right.
And that kind of was what was happening in 2016 with our Minnesota Lynx team, and then that's what happened in 2020 and beyond here in the A.
Well, thank you for standing on business.
No, for real. Standing on
of you.
business is the key.
I'm trying to tell you.
Life is crazy.
Speaking of standing on business, when it comes to the Atlanta Dream, what are you most proud of in the franchise now?
Man, I mean, I feel like we just came off of a business championship because when I played for the Atlanta Dream, we played in multiple arenas. I played in State Farm for the Atlanta Dream. I played at Gateway. I played at Georgia Tech because State Farm was having some construction, and now we're playing at Gateway. So that's hard for fans to keep up. We're moving around. So I didn't play in front of a lot of fans. I felt like we had to be our own energy. Hence, you know what I'm saying, slow jams on the way in because we got to turn up ourselves. We didn't have that six-man, that home court advantage. It was
Tight,
it was not a lot of fans, but to their point, you know, we was moving a lot. This year, we sold out 20 of 20 games. So I felt like we won a championship in the business side. We popped champagne. We was turned up. Yeah, we was turned up because, you know, like in sports, you celebrate wins. And selling out 20 games here in Atlanta.
That's a celebration.
There's every pro sports team here. Like, it's like that you could be anywhere in the world, but you here with me. Like, that's how I felt for the Dream. And it was like, so that's what we're celebrating now, and just, like, continuing that growth.
I love that. So I feel like right now we all know a lot of people have loved the WNBA since OG Lisa Leslie.
Okay, I was just with her yesterday. Shouts to my homie.
Yeah, but now I feel like the WNBA is really getting the recognition that it deserves right now. So how do you feel about that?
Like, man, there's like twofold. It's like young hooper for me. It's like I'm so excited because as a young hooper, you dream of hitting the shot in front of the big crowds. And as a young hooper, it's like you grow up wanting to be on that big stage. And if the stage ain't big, you still gonna play big, but you want the big stage. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like when I travel around and I'm seeing what these teams are doing, man, it's like I feel like a hooper always. So it's like I be proud. I'm like, look at what the OGs like Lisa Leslie and us built. Like this was something that we could have only dreamed of, in a sense of we knew it was coming, but we was like, when are people gonna realize if you just pay attention to the WNBA, it's lit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like nothing has changed on the game side. The product is still the same, but it's now people are looking at it. They're getting the storylines. They're like, oh wait, she's dating her, and they
in the
you know what I'm saying?
we keeping your outfit. We getting all the good stuff.
And I was good and ugly when I played, by the way. So they definitely they different out here. They come to the game ready. What?
Look.
You said I came to hoop.
Gucci Prada head to toe, honey.
You know it. They know the assignment. They understand the assignment. I was just there to get the work done. But now players are, they're their own brands.
Yeah.
Yes.
These players have their own following. These players have their own podcast. These players are signed to everything, so they look as they should.
Well, shout out to you and the OGs for paving the way for this type of stuff to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had to be ugly so that they could be pretty. What you mean? What you
Okay, so let's get more into a radical act. What can your fans expect, or people that have never met you? What can they expect when they tap into this documentary?
You know, I think people are going to be surprised just because when you meet me, you know that saying, like, I don't look like what I've been through type stuff. I think that people are going to be surprised at how difficult my journey was at every point because they're going to probably hear UConn and be like, oh, she went to UConn. No wonder. Oh, you had an undefeated season. Oh, okay.
Right.
They not going to think about the freshman, sophomore, junior season where we didn't win at UConn. And not winning at UConn, for the people that don't know women's basketball, that's a heavy load. Like, when you go to UConn, it's expected that you're going to win a championship. Like, Coach Ariema is about to be the most winningest coach in the actual women's college basketball space. So when you got a group that comes in, I'm a freshman, I'm hype. I'm thinking, like, maybe I might get 2 or 3 of them things.
You okay?
I left with 1. That's stressful, you know? So my senior year, we ended up winning. Then WNBA time came. You know, we went undefeated my senior year. The best team. Nobody could beat us. So a lot of people were thinking, well, you might be the number 1 pick. And then I'm here and I could go 1 to 4, 1 to 10 because, again, I'm too small. The same thing I've heard all my life. So I ended up getting drafted number 4. But it just kind of tells all the different stories of my life, my parents. You know, my wife, she was filming around the house before we even had a documentary. She was saying, like...
Wifey knew.
Like, she understood the bigger picture.
Yes.
And I'm like, girl, leave me alone. Don't nobody care about what's going on in here. And she's no, we having a moment. And I'm making sure I get it on film. So there's moments that are intimate. There's basketball moments. I don't know, people saw me hoop before UConn, but we got some film of that. So it's just like the whole journey of then also going from player to owner exec, where it's like people that were my teammates are now on my team.
Come on.
So that was interesting. You know what I mean? But it was crazy. But it was crazy because that's you know, it wasn't awkward for nobody. It was like being a captain of a team. There's already a certain level of respect that you have to have from your teammates.
Yes.
And it flowed real smoothly. But yeah, it's a journey. It goes through my whole journey. An hour and 44 minutes of your time. It goes through my whole journey.
That's
I
fire.
can't wait to see it. I have a question. Take us behind the scenes and behind the lens. I'm sure you played a lot of one-on-one hoop sessions, like games. What's one of your favorite ones that you won?
One-on-one games?
Yeah, one-on-one.
Dang, man, King of the Hill. It's crazy because I would just say at UConn, we had, you know, Maya Moore was my teammate. There was Tina Charles was my teammate. I played in Minnesota. I played with Simone Augustus, Sylvia Fowles, Maya Moore again, Rebecca Brunson, Lindsay Whalen. Everybody that I just named are Hall of Famers or about to be Hall of Famers. So it's not necessarily like playing one-on-one with them, but it's like, you know, I was Tina Charles' point guard when she was MVP that year. You know, I was Sylvia Fowles' point guard when she was MVP. To me, that's like the most lit thing where you can be the one to set up the one because I'm going to be a point guard all my life. So I feel like the best part of my job was being able to play alongside these mega stars and just let them eat, go to work.
Okay, I know that's right. So what is some advice, and I don't want to just keep it just with the girlies that are hooping right now in college, because men can also learn something from you too.
Facts.
So what is some advice that you have for the college hoopers or just the hoopers growing up, period? What's some advice that you could give them?
Man, stay locked in. Like, I think that it's so easy for people to probably, like, even me, my whole life, I've been like real focused. Like I wanted to be at the highest level my whole life. And a lot of times people will be like, oh man, you can come out with us. It'll be all right. You be good for the game tomorrow. And I'll be like, nah, I'm good. And then people will be like, oh man, you're not going to do this. Like you can. And people almost make you think you're crazy for wanting to be so focused on your goal. Yeah, like people sometimes see a high level of discipline as like, oh man, but why you not enjoying life? Life gonna pass you by. It's like, nah, man. Like I'm so happy I was locked in. I don't feel like I missed nothing because look at the life I'm living now. So I think a lot of times the people around you, that's why they call it the 2%. Only 2% make it from high school to college, and then only that 2% make it from college to pro. So to be a 2%er, you got to be different than everybody around you. So it's easy to feel like, man, everybody's saying one thing. It doesn't really matter what everybody's saying around you because you might be that 2%er and they're 98%. So I would just say stay locked in.
True. See, how do you find your balance with your love life, being in politics as well, running Atlanta Dream? Where does that balance in your life come?
Man, it's kind of the same. It's like you have to have people around you that understand. You know, like for me, I've been focused like my whole life. Even my love life before I was married, it's actually in the documentary, by the way. People would say that I'm not really locked in on the love life. I'm out here in a sense of I'm married. You said married to the game is the best way to put it, where that was my main focus. And so I think that you have to have people around you that are focused as well, because they're not going to understand why I'm going to leave my day job and then go clock into my night job. You know, like I'm working for the dream, but I also am calling NBA games. So I'm working for, you know, myself with C-Suite 21. I have my own clothing line, but then I'm also doing stuff in the community. Like, people won't understand why you want to stack your day so much. Why are you so busy? Like, don't you want to rest? You got to have people that understand where you're trying to go, because if not, it's going to be that noise again that's around you that's going to be trying to deflect you from your goals. And so I think for me, it's like I love having like-minded people around me. You know, we're on our grind. Like, you see my whole squad here.
You
see what I'm saying? Yeah. They understand the assignment in the sense of, like, we trying to go somewhere. We're trying to do some things. Like, you don't achieve success by just being regular and doing what everybody else is doing. So I'm appreciative of my circle, because it's small. I've had my same best friends since I was in high school. We won a championship together. They still the crew. We go on an annual trip. We got our Why Did I Get Married trip coming up, because it used to be the homies trip when it was just us. But now we all
everybody in love.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So now we got a little couples retreat that we go on every year. But that's the thing. Like, we've all grown together. It's like we aren't those same young athletes that is having fun out here. Now we're married, so let's shift our lives and grow with that. So
I love that.
Iron sharpens iron. Going from a young athlete, a talented champion athlete, to being an executive, who's someone that you can lean on to sharpen your iron?
Man, that's such a good question, because it's like, I think the OGs around me, you know, like, we don't even have to speak much, but like Swin Cash is somebody that she went to UConn. She's like the blueprint. She went to UConn before me. Then she got into TV. The movie You Got Served, she randomly popped off in that, acted in that. Now she's an executive at the Pelicans. She's she's an investor in the WNBA when they brought in that one group that got 16%. So it's just like, for me, it's seeing people around me do the things that I want to do, or do in the genre of the things that I want to do. It's like, are we locked in? Yeah, like yeah, like I got friends that are real locked in too. So it's like, we understand that we don't even talk often, but we don't need to, because I know they just as busy as me. But when we see each other, it's all love, and it's like we never missed a beat. So it's kind of like those friends. Like I said, I was just with Lisa a couple days ago. We just did a show, We Need to Talk, together, and it's just like talking about the things. She left our shoot from We Need to Talk to go to another photo shoot in New York, and I'm like, love that. See you, because you know what I mean. It's like, she gets like, I know that she's living the exact same life I'm living. I'm hopping on a plane right after the shoot to come back here to work, and it's like, we all are doing the same thing. So I think it's kind of like we all see each other. We show each other love. We got the group chats that be dead half the time, but it's like, you know what I mean. But it's like, even when it's rolling, it's like, if I don't respond, I still love you, man. Like, you know what I mean. So it's like just having people around you that really get it.
That's what's up.
Your birthday is coming up.
Okay, Sagittarius.
Big Sag.
Okay, what does that mean? Because sometimes when I say Sagittarius, I get reactions, good or bad. We was just talking.
I mean,
about
y'all can be a little spicy.
We spicy.
A little bit. Nicki Minaj was Sag.
Oh, good. Here you go, Barb. she's a real Barb. You are a real Barb out here.
Jay-Z is Sag too.
Okay, I'm with that. I'm with that.
Do you have any birthday plans, or are you going to be surprised?
Oh, no. So for my birthday, I always like to do nothing. That's the best treat that you could give me. My wife, you know, one time had actually a couple years in a row, she had a personal chef come and just cook us a meal in the house.
Love that.
Like I told you, my life is on the move. So anytime it's holidays, birthdays, the most amazing thing to do is just nothing. But actually, these past couple years, I've been throwing, like, our foundation. We have a thing called Jingle Jam, where I feel like kids that have talent in the musical space, like, where do they actually perform? I don't really know. Like, where can you, if you have a talent, where do you perform? And so Jingle Jam with my foundation, we kind of let kids come. We have prizes for them, first, second, third place. We give them a little money during the holiday season. But we say, if you got something, show us, whether it's dancing, singing, spoken word. So the Jingle Jam has actually been on my birthday these past couple years, so that's been kind of lit.
That's
fire.
I love that.
That's a great gift back.
No,
great initiative for sure. What's one of your most memorable birthdays?
Oh, man, this is going to sound crazy. They already know I don't really celebrate my birthday like that. I'm more of a Christmas girly. I like giving presents rather than receiving. I don't be liking when people spend their money on me. So I always tell people, like, don't, like, I'm good. You know what I mean? I don't really celebrate my birthday. I'm just thinking about it. Like, my wife is over here. Can you think of anything that I've ever done on my birthday that's lit? I don't do that. Like, I just, I really don't celebrate my birthday much. It's like, it's another year, another blessing. But yeah, I just.
Now,
I'm
wifey, is
chilling.
that hard for you though?
I mean, at first it was because I had planned like a big birthday dinner the first time. And then her friends were like, no.
Don't surprise.
And I learned quickly after the first year.
See what I'm saying? See, shouts to my friends. They've been my friends my whole life, so they already know because they had to learn that too. Like my friend, everybody, and I love that. Like everybody wants to show me love on my birthday because I like to show love to people a lot. And I'm just like, I'm good, man. Like I'm good.
If you could act in one of your favorite movies, which one you acting in?
Oh my gosh, it would be probably a Christmas movie. Give me the vibes. I love Love Actually. This Christmas, come on, why y'all didn't cast me in This Christmas? And This Christmas, what you mean? What you mean? Like that would be lit. I'm big into TV and film, so that's why I love binging and watching stuff. Man, I don't think I would be good in a horror film because I like to laugh too much. I like to have fun, but throw me in a little rom-com. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they have rom-coms where girls are falling in love with girls, but there's some. Name one.
But I'm a Cheerleader. That's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, okay, but I'm a cheerleader. I gotta check it out.
Yeah,
I saw.
it's a good one.
There's a movie or show coming out with Keke Palmer that they just announced that's coming out. It's like supposed to be with SZA,
yeah.
Keke Palmer. It feels like Friday, but the female version. That's lit.
Right?
That's lit. Why y'all ain't called me? That's lit. But no, I think I would be great for a Christmas film because that's just like my favorite holiday. It's like Christmas trees up all year round. Yes. It goes from the Christmas tree to the Valentine's Day tree to the Halloween tree, which it's right now. Wifey does that. It's lit. So yeah, we Christmas all year round vibes.
I love that. So what else are you working on right now that you can tell us about?
Oh man, November 21st, my clothing line C-Suite 21 drops.
Whoa.
And so I felt like there's this gap where, like I said, I'm an athlete my whole life, but sometimes I gotta be in the boardroom and look like an adult. But I want to feel and dress comfortable. Yeah, but I need to look the part. So C-Suite 21 is that in between where, like high collar, but it's really like a sweatshirt, but it looks nice because it's black and sleek and high collar. So I'm sitting in there feeling comfortable. On my business tip, feeling like my athlete tip. I got my slides on right now, so it's shoes that could look dressy. Okay. They not really, you know what I'm saying? They faux. They slides or whatever. So,
that's hard. I like that.
So I like to just look the part, but feel like I'm still comfortable because there's so many events where I'm all day long sitting in meetings and I need to look like I'm a businesswoman, but I feel like an athlete. So for those people that have busy lives but want to be comfortable, want to look the part, that's it. C-Suite
November
21.
21st.
November 21st, yeah. C-Suite 21 drops.
I like that. See,
and shouts to Saya Collective because I don't know if y'all know Saya Collective, but he's a black-owned brand that he's a vet that went to fashion school and during the pandemic just popped off his own brand and it went crazy. Like, I mean, Steph Curry wears it all the time. Shaq asked him to make a whole new mold for his size 22s because ain't nobody making size 22s on a regular basis. And he just built this thing from the ground up. And so I'm like, I'm trying to be the Jordan to your Nike. You know what I mean? Like, let me holla at you. So I went up there. I did a whole pitch. I was like, cold DM. I get a lot of work done on social media, by the way. I will shoot my shot in a DM quick. So I DM'd him like, hey, can I holla at you? Like shoot me your number. He did. Then I was like, can I come up there?
Right.
I know he probably was like, what does this girl want? I came up there with a whole business
plan.
What? I came up there with a whole plan.
How long you got?
Yes. A whole day I spent with him and my man said yes on the spot, by the way. We had the logo made by the time I left the first time I met him. Wow. Crazy.
Shout out to y'all.
Crazy. So shouts to Dev, man. Coach Carter.
That's dope. So I know you give a lot of advice to people, and I want to know what's some advice that you got for yourself?
Man, advice for myself, I think it's like, I would say keep chugging. Like sometimes it's like you can easily get satisfied. And I'm happy with everything happening right now, but it's also like, I know there's a lot more that could be done. So life is a wonderful thing right now. I'm not going to lie. The documentary coming out, my clothing line coming out. But then it's like, yeah, baby, we got more work to do. So my advice to myself was like, don't get complacent. Like I'm speaking to my future self right now. Like just keep that grind. Like I've had the same work ethic my whole life. And now it's like my recipe for success. I don't want to start making money and get into a certain place and then have a different recipe because it's not going to equal success. So that'll be my advice to myself and anybody listening. It's like, the fundamentals matter.
Period.
Don't start getting successful and change it up because the fundamentals matter.
For sure.
Who's like one of your most exciting players to watch in the WNBA now?
Oof, I got to start with one of our players. I think Ryan Howard is one of them ones where she's, sniping out here.
Come on
Like,
now.
if you like shooters, shoot.
Yeah.
She's a shooter. But there's so many players right now in the game. Asia Wilson is the best player in the world. It's not even close.
Yeah.
She's on her own platform. But if you just watched the WNBA Finals, you saw that MV Fee is out here. Arike Agumbawale, I might say, is probably the most electric player we have in this game. Her brother plays in the NFL. She was on Dancing with the Stars.
Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, she's, and that's just a side note because I got to go back and see that film. I can't even imagine her Dancing with the Stars, but I know what she be dancing on that court, though, and she's unguardable. She was the All-Star MVP this year. And then maybe Big Al on our team. So if y'all haven't seen the Atlanta Dream, I think we have one of those teams that people like to watch play. Cause
For sure.
We have some slingers. Have y'all been to the game?
Yes.
I haven't been yet.
Oh, come on now. So next season, we start in the summertime. Hit us up.
I need to
pull
be
up
there.
on me. Yes, pull up on me for real. For real. Pull up
I
on
have
me.
some courtside vibes, courtesy of Bria Janelle.
Oh, shit.
For
Okay.
sure, and the
shout.
concessions are good. DJ Jazzy T that
Yes,
works with
that's
us as a
DJ
DJ.
Jazzy T's up my girl.
That's the squad.
HBCU night was lit with Crime Mob.
I know you. Okay.
Oh, it been turned up at the Dream
Come
game
on now.
I done hit about 4, 5, 6, 7 more.
Love that. Love that.
But Renee, we want to thank you for coming, giving you your flowers. Anytime you could have shut up and dribbled, you did not, baby. You stood on business. Your name need to be Renee stood on business. Montgomery. A
That is
Radical Act is
hilarious.
out. Shout out to the Roku channel for giving Black women a platform
That part.
to put their story out there.
And
So,
shout out to our director, Sandrine.
Yeah.
She put together a masterpiece. I'm like, there's so much information. How is she going to make this one film? And she did it in, like I said, 1 hour and 44 minutes. And the reason I keep saying 144, that's how many players are in the WNBA. So 12 teams, 12 players, 144 players. So we always say we're part of the 144.
Yeah.
And so the film is 144.
that's amazing. Renee, thank you so much for
Appreciate y'all, man.
taking
This
time out
vibes,
your
man.
busy day, baby.
Come on, man. The vibes are real. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Thank you.
Posted on the corner.
Posted on the corner. On the corner. On the corner. On the corner.